Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoim La. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Recha HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan Nawak. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit, a little ride and drive. And, yeah, you know, just listening to videos. But, you know, and just in the Spirit, you know, Esau, his kingdom is falling. And basically what we're witnessing is, it's like a bad relationship. It's like it's like a person that pays rent and the plumbing is fucked up. You know, the roof got a leak. The you know, the bathtub is stopped up. You know, the toilet is stuffed up. The damn kitchen sink is stuffed up, and it's just a smell, and it's mold, and it's, you know, all these different things that's going on with the house. But the landlord is banging on your door every first of the month, and he wants his payment. And that's pretty much America, because these Americans are not getting anything out of what they're paying taxes for. You know, all their tax money is going to another country, or multiple countries at that. War, you know, these industrial war complexes, you know, in America, you know, their money is not, they're not getting anything out of their money. You know what I'm saying? It's like what they're putting in for. And now it's coming to a point where it's like, you know, it's just getting worse. Not only are all those things happening with the house, so to speak, you know, you allowed a motherfucker to move into the garage or you know what I'm saying? Or you just allowed you've given the landlord and given a whole nother person a key, and you get home from work and this motherfucker's in your house. He's prepared to live there. He's moving things in. And so that's what the attitude of these American people, they're starting to get sick and tired of not getting anything out of what they're putting in for. You know, they're claiming to be Americans, and their American dream is all really an American nightmare. And they're really ready to fight over that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because now what the landlord is doing is, you know, he's basically coming through. He's like, okay, well, you're not paying me any rent. I'm gonna have to, you know, pretty much overall, I'm gonna have to throw your shit out, throw your ass out of here, you know? And so while you still in the house, and you still, matter of fact, you still got time on the month that you done already paid for, and he's coming in to basically throw your shit out while you still in there, your baby in the crib, crying, you know? And he's just he's got a moving truck there with people ordering them to come in and just start throwing your shit out. So what do you think happens from there? You know, that a person, you know, that especially these crash outs, these people that's you know, because these people are crashing out now. They're you know, unloading clips for less. It's like this guy that dumped that, you know, went into that In-N-Out burgers and fucked up a bunch of people. You know, you got people out here like that, because people are unhinged. They're losing it. Nothing is going their way. These Edomites are doing bad. I'm out here in Edomiteville right now. Now, this particular Edomiteville right here that I'm in, you know, is more of the lower class Edomites. These are, you know, it's a lot of trailer parks down through here. You know, those are really like the ones that really live in trailers, and they live in these raggedy ass little motels. You know, the little roach motels, some little bitty, you know, they barely getting by, paying $100 a week, you know what I'm saying, or whatever amount a week to live in these shabby ass hotels with the bed bugs. That's the area that I'm in right now. And these Edomites right here, they're even prideful. They went out and voted for Trump, but they're not getting anything out of what they voted for. That's the thing. Now they at war, and the gas is expensive. Their groceries have gone up. So you can look for, you know, that Second Ezra chapter 15 to come into play, where these people are just gonna start coming down on each other, man. It says their neighbors will have no pity upon their neighbors. They will, you know, will be pretty much ramshacking their houses for great tribulation and lack of bread, roughly paraphrasing. You know, and that's what it's all boiling down to, man. I'm looking at somebody right now standing there on the damn corner at this Myers or this shopping center trying to get something to eat, trying to get some money to get food. You're seeing a lot of that lately, and it's mainly a bunch of women. That was a woman right there, So it's like people trying to feed their families, and this fucking gas done went back up to where it was in May. And it's steady climbing. And it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna go down. And then again, like I said again, the food is getting a lot more expensive. And when that food get to a certain price, all these things, when they get to a certain price, it just stays there. It don't make no difference how much better they claiming the economy is. The jobs are up. Yeah, jobs are up because motherfuckers is tacking on 2 or 3 more jobs. They need more jobs. I'm with this Edomite right now. She's a Sheetamite, basically. I'm at the plantation right now, but I had to kind of help her rush and get her shit done, which I'm just now getting to my shit at the end of the day. But I had to rush to get her shit done because she got to get to another job. You know what I'm saying? She's got 5 kids. She's all telling me about, I can't even afford to have birthday parties for my kids and this, and this. Like, yeah, just tell them ain't no such thing as none of that shit. That's an American shit. I can't even have afford. I said, just leave it alone. But she's out here on the dolo, trying to take care of 5 kids, by her damn self. And they not older kids neither. These are young ass kids that need attention at all times. Then I was telling the beloved Allah yesterday. We kicked it for about 2 hours on the phone, and I was telling him about this chick that I seen on my bike when I was riding my bike. I was out trying to get my exercise in, but I was bike riding. I seen this lady, and I had my Bluetooth or my earbud in, listening to a lesson. That's pretty much what I do. While I'm riding my bike, I can listen to a lesson and be built up spiritually and physically, so to speak. And I heard her say something as I'm passing her. She was walking up the sidewalk. Good looking lady too. She had a real nice shape, and she had on one of them sundresses, but you could tell that she had a real nice shape. Smelled good, because I smelled her as I was riding by, and I actually thought, like, damn, that bitch smell good as a motherfucker. But I'm riding on by, but she said something, so I couldn't hear it because I had my earbud in. So I pulled my earbud, I stopped and I pulled my earbud out, and was asking her, basically what she said. And she was trying to she was out there selling some box. She was out there trying to get me to buy some box, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, I'm trying, like what the fuck she want? And she went to telling me about her sob story. Yeah, I got these 2 babies I need to feed, and I'm trying to make some money. That's what she told me. I'm like, well, shit, ain't nothing I can do for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into that there. I'm not about to, And I can remember years back, or before, I would have just gave her some some money, and just like, well, all right, well, shit, here's $30-$40 or whatever, get you a couple of groceries, whatever you can get, to get y'all something to eat, you know what I'm saying, whatever, but these days, you thinking you being this truth, you're like, man, you like, man, fuck all that, man, go through what you going through, because that's judgment from Yahweh about H.I.M. And where the fuck is the daddy at? That's my thing, you know what I'm saying, because they say chivalry is dead. Men are not with that bullshit no more. And I was telling the beloved Ock too. I was in the gym yesterday. While I was at the, before I had went on that bike ride. Well, that was the day before yesterday when I talked to her. But I went to the gym, and I seen this story that was broadcasting on the Fox News or whatever, where they had this survey or some bullshit about why is it hard for women to find single men with no kids that are into them or that's putting forth effort. And I'm like, why the fuck do you think that, because men are minding their business. You played this game with this feminism, and they not with the bullshit no more. They more concentrated on, because it's easier for them to live without your ass. They don't have to deal with you. All that shit that they was dealing with, they don't have to do no more. And they're starting to pick up on it, because you got a lot of red pill podcasts and things of that nature where men, that's why they didn't like this guy Andrew Tate, They done arrested his ass again. But you know, because I can remember, you know, when he was at his low height, they was talking about how he's basically transforming the little young men into, you know, being some monsters, basically, you know, with, you know, they call it toxic masculinity. But you know, that's just, you know, hey, just being a damn man, common sense. Men are actually catching on. That's the spirit that the Lord have in his planet too. You know, right now, you know, men are starting to pick up and pretty much be men again, so to speak, or at least the men of the Lord. And these women, what they're gonna find out is they gotta get back into their place, man. They're gonna have to go back to what they were originally created for, man, to serve. And I've been seeing a lot of videos too, you know, as far as women, they're talking about Isaiah 4:1. They with it. You know, basically they like, hey, look, you got to share that man. There's not enough men out here. You're going to have to share that man. Basically is what a lot of these women are talking about now. Even they're talking about that, you know, as far as on some red pill topic type shit. You see? So things is getting nasty out here, man. And Esau, like I said, he's ready to fight. That's what I was, you know, pretty much explaining with the analogy of, you know, the landlord in a fucked up house, and he still wants you to pay your damn rent, and he's not handling nothing around the house, man. Fucking roof caving in, some shit done fell on your kids, you know what I'm saying, from the ceiling, and you still paying this some high ass rent, and then he's coming through to want to take throw your shit out on the curb in the middle of the month before you can go, you know, before, you know, it's moving day for you or whatever the case may be. Like you're not getting out of it. You know, it's like, you know, you're paying for a car or anything. You putting money into anything, you're expecting to get something out of it. So that goes with taxes. When you paying taxes, you're expecting your tax money to go through something that benefits you, your community, your family. Here you go. This motherfucker putting all your money towards a whole nother country, which is isn't real. You know who that is. Putting all your money towards a military to help a whole nother foreign country. They're going to school off your money for free. They're getting free education, free health care, and all these different things for free. And you're starting to see it, and you're like, well, hold up. You know, so, and there's nothing you can do about it because they're actually taking your money. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, you're giving it to them. They're coming through and they're, you know, making a collection. And they, you know, you have to actually, they know that they have to really take it from you the way that they do in the form of taxes. Because they know if they come to your door and be like, it's time to pay your taxes, you're going to be like, man, nah, fuck that. Fuck, I ain't giving you no fucking money. What? You know, you doing this with my money. So they automatically take it out of your check before you see it. And that was a setup that you already know who set that shit up. But you know what it is, man. I'm pretty much at my destination. But the point is these people are ready to fight. They're not getting what they're getting. And they're just tired, man. The public is tired of bullshit. These Americans are tired. So with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and the Bible Ball.